Top of the afternoon. Happy 420. Welcome back to the channel. We're back. Today's going to be kind of interesting. We're going to hit the dyno today. First things first, we're going to tackle a couple situations before we actually get into it. Number one is going to be the sway bar links. I custom welded some tabs on the lower control arms for the sway bar end links. So I got the energy bushings in, so I'm going to swap those out from the OEM ones. They're just all cracked and dry rotted. Get the dash in, and then adjust my steering wheel because it's one notch off to the right. So we're going to get that stuff figured out, and we're going to go do a full walk around of the CRV of what it all entails. All right, before we go on a drive, I want to address the sway bar bushing setup that I custom made some tabs for. I was using these rubber ones, and yeah, those aren't in the best shape. So got some energy ones. Let's get those swapped out, and I'm gonna pull my dash out of my Civic and get that in there as well, because that's already ready to rock. So yeah, I know I said we were going for a drive, but change of pace. It's a whole new day actually. It's dyno day, so I drove her around a couple times, just no cluster in there, not as pretty boring in there, but we're gonna get her tuned today, do some driving around, and get this back on the floor. Let's rock and roll. So I don't have the right bolts I would like to use for this with like a cotter pin and stuff, so I went and got some lock nuts that are metal style, so they pretty much bind at the end, which should be pretty good because there's naturally tension on this. So we'll see how that works out and then go from there. Right now, let's get this together like so. Okay, got it on, got it all painted up just so it doesn't rust, and we're good to go. Don't worry about the brakes, we're gonna put new brakes on, but got to get it done before dyno today, so a couple things that we got to touch up. So okay, so this is my 99 2000. It's 2000, but it says 99. So CRV. For a while, as you guys heard in the last video, and this was like my optimal goal of a daily street service car, and then it turned into a turbo daily street service car. So yeah, here's where it ended. So outside, nothing much. 17 by 9 track lights on 225 55 tires, but I do have 225 or 245 45 R1Rs that I'm throwing on. Brakes is all stock. I got the rear disc conversion for the rear, but haven't really got to any of that. Suspension, just really trying to get this thing up on the road. So once we get that done, then we'll start tackling spherical suspension and tighten this thing up. But for right now, let's make some power. So these are the DC2 side skirts from PCI, which I custom modded to go on, which is not a bad job. I wish it was better, but my boy OEM Works said he liked it, so we're gonna send it. Shout out to these two guys, big time, on the fly. They make it happen. Don't worry about the license plates, they're not registered here, so it doesn't matter. JDM rear bumper, vibrant performance muffler, and we do have TPMS sensors, so they do read pressure and temperature all the way around, which is pretty cool. I'll show you guys that when we get inside. Fender exit, which we'll get to. Custom made plate I made, nothing too serious. Stock front bumper, Jeep lip. Okay, so in here, I was working, as I was mentioning, getting my steering wheel one notch over, because this is where it rides straight, and that's not gonna fly with me. AEM CD7. This is technically out of my Civic. I bought the Civic a new one, the logging GPS one, just in case I ever want to go do tracking or anything like that. I got a pretty good deal on it, so made that happen. All these indicators are from Alpine Tech on Amazon. They have an Amazon store, marketplace. and they're all functional 100%. So we'll go ahead and get into that. Right here is the Easy Guard push start with the remote key, which is a passive entry, so you don't need to push anything. You just walk up to the car, it unlocks, walk away, it locks, and you can do remote start, open the trunk, etc. So don't really like to use a remote start on here. Just don't like to. I'd rather come out here and make sure everything's good, start it up, and then I normally lock it and walk away. But yeah, hit it on twice, kick everything on, so everything's there. We got e-brake, four-wheel drive indicator, custom upload dash, and then we got brights, turn signals, all that good jazz. CD7, this is the Lambo page that I have set up, so it has everything that's vital on here, and then another page has like my cold start page, etc. I just haven't got the buttons in. I'm still working on this actually. Technically right now I want to get it flush like how my Civic is, so that's what we're trying to do. Behind there's the AEM Infinity, AEM wire harness, one-piece deal, super easy. K-Tune shifter cables. The car does have like a full surround sound system in here, so got all that. Reverse camera, the whole nine. All that. I think the car has to be on. I think the car might have to be on. Okay, in here is the Butte. Let's get this up. Get the hood prop up. Let's start motor from the basics and work our way out, I guess. So motors, K24A1, and the reason we use the K24A1 is because there's no modifications needed for the Type S pump. It just bolts right up to the bottom because it's flat. CSS blocked, max speeding rods, which I'm a very big fan of, based off math, not off of anything else or he say she say, just off of the math alone. They were pretty impressive. Trom pistons 11.5:1 CSS block, and then the head's fully done by Port Flow. Has SuperTech, doesn't have SuperTech. This one has Ferrera valve train. This one has the Ferrera valve springs retainers, and SuperTech guides it does have. So it's all ported and polished, RBC ported, B-Series intake manifold, B-Series throttle body, sorry, not intake manifold, this is B-Series throttle body to the blocks K to B adapter plate. Stock cams, TSX cams, and nothing special in there. It's just all Honda redone on the timing chain side, pretty much simple. Outside of there is all the fuel, which we're running Skunk 2 fuel rail, fed by FIC 2150s. We got our GM flex fuel sensor, goes all the way down, hits a Weldon regulator, and mind you, some of this stuff is just stuff we had, stuff this wasn't supposed to be this way, so it's just using a bunch of stuff we had and we can get fairly cheap or easy. Goes to there and then returns back into the surge tank. This surge tank is fed by two 450s. It feeds off of the OEM gas tank, which has a 255 Walbro in there. Feeds this, has a return back to the original gas tank, and then the return from the regulator. That's pretty much done. Trans is Gear X 1 through 4. With the 4.0 final drive, and it does have a 5th gear TSX and 6th gear cuff. LSD, all new bearings, all that stuff. The trans was assembled by Synchrotech, as you guys see down there. Synchrotech. Cooling, Track Tough, Rob's upper housing, RSX stock radiator, spout fans, of course, the only way to go. And this is a what is it, ACS or ACF radiator, CSF or something like that. Yeah, CSF radiator. And then has the hybrid racing AC kit with the hybrid racing power steering kit, which is all done. That all works, ready to rock. Custom catch can we made, as you guys seen. Just has one fitting right now until my drag cartel valve cover comes off of the other motor, and then we'll add another bung and stuff like that. But for now, that'll do it. Cold air intake all the way, 4-inch all the way down. Okay. Turbo Guard actually just sent me a new filter, which is the last one, so don't hit them up and try to get one because there is no more. Fed by water to air 1,000 horsepower core. Goes into the Speed Factory reservoir, which comes down into the heat exchanger, goes into the Demon chiller. The Demon chiller is tied into the air condition. The Demon chiller is fed by a Mazier water pump, and that feeds everything back into the cooling system of the water to air. So that's pretty dope, pretty stoked, loving it. Turbo is the new G Series 900, which is a small turbo but can pack a mean punch. And these new things are pretty nice. They have a twin seal on both sides, so you know, handle way more heat going in and out of this thing. So pretty blessed to be able to grab one of these things. It has the V-bands everywhere. Loving it. Custom piping all done by me. Wideband, exhaust cutout, fender. Exhaust goes straight down to the stock muffler, which we'll get to. So basically, the solenoid activates the actuator, and it'll let it go out the fender or revert back down to the stock exhaust, which, as you guys see there, is all the way to the back. V-band up, nice and tight. We're using a Tile 60 wastegate, 7-pound spring, 4-port boost solenoid, so we should be plenty of good 35-40 psi if need be. Rye wire harness, as I mentioned, all that good jazz. So a couple of things that are required to do this conversion into a CRV. Number one is EKK2 mounts, and they do need to be the billet ones. Hub City rear bracket, which I highly advise. You need EG DC subframe with a DC power steering rack if you're going power steering, and then you need the hybrid racing power steering kit. Past that, it's really not much to it. It's just like anything else. It's all custom work, obviously, to get things up to my liking, and you know, building it past that, it's just a normal K-Series list. So it's not much to it. Don't get discouraged. The wiring is all simplified by Rye Wire, so it makes things nice and easy. I'm pretty sure a couple other companies make it pretty easy as well. But yeah, hope that gave you guys some light. We are attempting to make 650 to 700, 750-ish, depending, on a Mustang dyno, which is, if it makes a 650 on a Mustang dyno, it's really 740, 730-ish, so, which is plenty enough for this thing, okay? We don't need much. We're not trying to die. We're just trying to scoot past traffic, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think we're about ready to dyno up. Got the dash on. It's not how it's going to be. I'm going to get it flush like the EF, but just wanted to get it in so I can drive and not be staring at the laptop. Okay, of course you're going to do that while we're starting for some reason. Okay, let's figure that out real quick. That's right. I was reaching my hand down in there and I unplugged the freaking Hall effect sensor. Just reset it in case the ECU decides it wants to do something tricky. I was like, that was weird. Okay, straight. Okay. was like, man, it just started. That was pretty weird. But my bad, my bad. So yeah, right now we're gonna go for a little drive, top off the gas, and then get back, just hang out, get ready for dyno, make sure everything's good, once over everything, and make sure we're good to go. Vibrant muffler on there. So again, man, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. It helps me out big time. This is something that we just wanted to do just to benefit the community, spread some knowledge out there, and you know, show some real builds. That's what the car enthusiast in today's day is missing. Back in my days, I grew up like we did everything, you know. So if you didn't know how to do it, you did it anyways, and you figured it out. You know, that's why YouTube exists, because they're sharing all this information. But us as tuners, you know, we need to make sure that we stay up to par with knowledge. And like Google, if you read Google for a build, good luck. You might build the car and hate the car in the same damn day just based off what you read. So we're trying to separate that, you know what I mean, in the mix of show you guys that it can be done at home in a garage. I'm no fancy person. Yes, I have a good job, but I apply myself. It's all it is to it. Anything that can be done very simply, and we're obviously here to show that. So like I said, don't forget to hit that like button, share the video please, and we out.